Hey everyone, welcome back to the Cunning Card Mage channel. Today I wanted to talk about my experience with the Spider-Man pre-release. The part of the reason I haven't done a video on this quite just yet was because, well, I did two pre-releases, so I kind of wanted to wait until did my second pre-release to fully give all my thoughts and opinions on how I feel about this set so far and, that kind of stuff. So, let's get into it. So, first and foremost, we'll talk briefly about what a pre-release is. Whenever you go to a pre-release for a Magic set, you will get a pre-release kit that will come with 6 packs, a promo card, and a spin down themed to the specific set. I'm going to put a video right here of where me breaking down my first pre-release, and then I'll hop back to it. So,
but we can do it after I get the things out. We can do a normal video. Ooh. Sandman. Green Goblin.
That'd be hilarious if y'all do it. So I got
Purple, Spooderman.
Ooh, my favorite color.
Radioactive, Glitter.
told me the money. Yeah.
Alrighty. Now,
Oh, look, it's
we can do the...
So, my first pre-release kit wasn't the best. It was, decent of getting like radioactive spider and that kind of stuff. I was really happy I got the fun special version of Norman Osborn. But outside of that, I didn't really get anything that I felt was intrinsically great. So far, my pulls with this set have not been the best. So whenever it came to deck building, it was mildly difficult for me to figure out what I wanted to do. Originally, I was going to go Demir, focusing solely on the Connive feature, and then I went splashed in some red to go, I believe it's Grixis, to do blue, black, red with Norman, so I could also include some of the mayhem. And with that deck, I felt, a bit more confident with it. The problem did become of I didn't have that much fun that night because outside of one game of the 8 I played, my deck, actually did a decent thing. I did not have a good record that night. It was just one of those of I just did not feel the best. It was a little disheartening. Granted, I was also not having the best day whenever I did it. But outside of that, I still kind of had fun. It was interesting to see all the different cards that other people got. But I did want to do a second pre-release because I, again, enjoyed this set. I've been excited for it since they announced it back during, I believe, Brothers War in 22. And I just wanted to try my best to get good cards like Miles. And last night, although I didn't, record me breaking down set and then like the time lapse of me opening all my cards, I felt a little better with it. I got decent cards. I will put a photo right here of all like the rares I got. And the deck I mainly built was, I think the color name is Band of Green, White, Red, where it was mostly focused on doing spiders with +1/+1 counters and having modified creatures. And yes, it would have been a little more helpful if I got pulled to Miles, but we'll get to Miles here in a little bit. But I definitely felt a little better about that deck. It felt a lot more cohesive than my Friday deck, and I was having a lot more fun yes, I only won one round of the three, but at the very least, I still had fun, and it wasn't disheartening because it was just like, ah, yes, I can't do anything. My deck is doing nothing right now. Part of the reason I ran into that at last night, at the very least, was I just kept hands I should not have, and that's part of the judgment of playing Magic in a not singleton, limited format, is judging if a land is keepable or not. And a lot of the time, I'm not the best at that judgment. But I had a lot more fun than I did on Friday, and it actually made me look forward to this set a lot more. And there was my opponent from the first game. He actually pulled the miles that I wanted and offered to just give it to me at the end of the night, and I was very appreciative of it because this card is the one I really want to make a commander deck out of, because like I feel like it would be really fun. And yes, I will happily make a video on that at a later date of me actually trying to play the deck, all the different cards in it. I'm mostly probably going to work off of a deck list that someone already has made, so I'm not just working off of nothing. But I had a lot more fun. Full stop. Now, I do want to talk about one of my issues with this set. I feel this set could have been a lot better. I do agree this set feels like a tad bit lazy, of like, it's a smaller set. You could have done a lot more to an extent. It's not the best power when it comes to like Magic sets and that kind of thing. But I do feel there's also just like a lot of outrage and frustration that kind of mullies the conversation at a certain point, because it's just like, yes, I agree, the having half the sets coming out each year being Universes Beyond is not great, but the sets that got me back into actually playing Magic was the horrendous Universes Beyond Assassin's Creed set, and from there I've literally just been playing consistently for the past year. And I see Universes Beyond sets as a great way to get people into playing Magic, because it's like, hey, I recognize the character, but I do feel the issue becomes, hey, make the Universes Beyond sets actually decent like they did with Final Fantasy. But I will also say it's like part of the issues with this set is like, yeah, it's priced not great. Like just the MSRP alone is really expensive, and that's just not fun to try to get it. Like getting the play booster box that I got was $209, but it's just one of those of, I was happy to pay it because I really wanted to try to collect as many of these cards as possible. And the issue becomes the same thing as every other industry right now of, hey, scalpers are ruining it. And I would happily have that conversation and not try to solely blame Wizards of the Coast for it, because yes, there is something Wizards could be doing of printing enough of the set to make sure that people can actually play it without having everything be scalped to where like you have boxes on the secondary market going for $650 for collector boosters. But I see that as not necessarily a Wizards problem and more of this secondary market problem. Like I went to a local game store last Saturday and they had Spider-Man collector boosters, and I was very tempted to get one, and the guy stopped me and was just like, whoa, before I ring this is $65, and I instantly backed out of that because that's almost double what the actual MSRP of the collector booster is, and like that's part of the issue. But sorry for that tangent. Overall, I feel this is a really fun set if you don't have like someone complaining a lot in your ear about it. it's a decent set to kind of just like turn your brain off. I'm interested to see what the draft format for it will be like. I very much enjoyed it. It's again a set I've really been looking forward to, and I have my own gripes with it. I'm not going to pretend like I don't. But outside of that, I think this is a decent set to try to collect and build stuff. I will always say, do not try to make a profit off of cardboard. That's just an unattainable thing to a certain extent. Outside of that, that's basically all I can think of. So that's about it. So thanks for watching. And if y'all have any thoughts on this set, positive or negative, be sure to leave them down in the comments below. Like and subscribe for more videos. And I will see y'all next time. Bye.